Good morning. Welcome to Auntie No's Kitchen. It's early in the morning today I'm baking some honey wheat loaf bread. The reason why, I went to the store yesterday to get a bread that I like. It's a certain brand. They didn't have it, so I went to another store, and when I saw it, I was not giving them $6 for a loaf that's like this big. It's just a little loaf for me, just my size. I said, oh no, good thing I know how to make bread. So I said, you know what, I'll do a video so that you out there can know how to make your own bread too. And in times like this, it's a good thing that you could learn to make bread. But I'll be right back. Yes, I'm looking like Susie Homemaker this morning because it's early in the morning. Again, me making bread cannot be something that I can sleep till 11 o'clock. And I'm an early riser anyway. What time is it? It's 5:42. I wasn't sleeping anyway. So we'll be back. We'll get started and we'll get cooking. But I got to do a little housekeeping this morning. When I say housekeeping, I mean I got to get my coffee going. See you shortly. Okay, before we get started, we're going to go over our ingredients. You're going to need 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. This is gold medal whole wheat flour. You're going to need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, same brand. That's my go-to. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of oil. This is more than 3 tablespoons. The reason why I have this, because it's easy if you measure your oil out using your tablespoon, because when you use your honey, use that tablespoon to use your honey, because then your honey will slide right on out. Very important ingredient. This is called Vital Wheat gluten. It's optional, but when you use this, again, I date everything because I know my inspiration dates. This is my favorite brand, but I just opened this because when I realized I need to, you have to hunt this down. But I need to write that date on there, today. And when you open this, store it in a tight, good storage bag, and make sure you date that you open it, because you only can store this for 6 months, and store it in the fridge. And excuse me, you're gonna need 3 tablespoons of this. And what this does, it makes your bread so light and so fluffy. Oh, gives it that really light, airy texture. And I have 1.5 cups of lukewarm water to 1 packet of yeast, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. My yeast is still proofing. You'll know your yeast is done. You can really start smelling it be all nice and foamy on top. And this it takes about usually about 10 minutes for your yeast to foolproof. Make sure that water is lukewarm. If it's not warm enough, your yeast won't proof and your bread won't rise. If it's too hot, your yeast, it won't even proof at all, and you're just gonna have to start over. You can't even use. You're just gonna have to throw it out and start all over. And so, as I always reiterate, as you use your add your ingredients, make sure my sleeve doesn't get in anything. As you use your ingredients, you're gonna put everything aside so you have a clear working space. And we'll be right back and we'll get started. Quick side note, to my today's coffee of choice today is Twix with my sugar-free caramel syrup added in. And I love these little coffee sprinkles. And my half and half, my little Twix shakers. I love the sprinkles. Just a dab of this on my whipped cream. And I'm going to move this to the side because I'm going to be sippity sip, sip, sip. Now, back to business. Now, you know I'm a stickler about that sifting. No lumps in my stuff. So I'm gonna sift my dry ingredients. Little house, throw that over there. Start with this one first. I'm gonna get these dry ingredients sifted. And I'm going to go ahead and add this vital wheat gluten into this because I do need that incorporated. I'm showing you guys this because, you know, I want to show you what I'm doing, and opposed to just saying, oh, I did this and I did that. No, I need you to see what I'm doing. And you see, if I hadn't sifted, you see, I would have had this in my bread. You don't want that. That's not good to have. Okay, that's a housekeeping. Now we got this in here. All right, now we're gonna clean up a little bit, a little housekeeping. Bring old Ollie over here. My yeast mixture is completely done. Yep, it's ready. It's proofed. It's completely proofed, ready to go. So I'm gonna bring my good buddy over here. Sippity sip sip. Now guys, if I told you I could tell you and recite all this by memory, I'm not gonna tell that lie. I have my little book, my little thing, my folder right here. There's no way I could remember all of my stuff by heart. Some, you know, no. A lot of stuff, you know, I can come off the back, but some stuff, you know, I can't. And I'm gonna take this dry mixture. Uh-oh. There. You know, for the past 48 hours, God, I've been on the clear liquid, but now I can have full liquids, and that means I can get my coffee today. So I do 48 hours of that full liquid crap. I shouldn't say that. Call it crap. Okay, got that all done. All right, I'm gonna pour my yeast in. Still a little teeny weeny bit of warm. Now, I'm gonna, remember I told you about the oil? Got my 3 tablespoons. And see, I'm gonna spoon my oil out because when I use this same tablespoon to do my honey will just slide on out. Remember I told you this was more than 3 tablespoons, and I'm gonna be using this anyway. Because this, it's going to have to rise, and I'm going to need the rest of this anyway to oil my pan. I mean my loaf as it rises. So that'll set to the side. And here's my honey. And what I was telling you about. See, watch this. Got my 3 tablespoons of honey in here. See how it just slides out? Look at that. See? Now, if I hadn't used that oil, I wouldn't have got all of that honey out. And then my ingredients would have been off. Your measurements would have been off. Yeah, I was not giving them that little $6 for that little bitty loaf. You know, my grandma was alive, used to bake her loaf of bread every other Saturday. Oops. And take it over there to her. Tappity tap, 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 tap. Make sure. I'm using my dough hook, not my finger, my dough hook. Throw that over there for a little housekeeping. And down she goes. And I'm going to start off slow. I'm going to start this baby off slow. No, this recipe does not require any egg or milk. No, this is none of that stuff. Lock it in. I'm a lefty, so I'm used to it. My mitts are being the other way. One important thing, use your dough hook. You know, back in the day, they didn't have these. They used to use their hand, but they anyone want to use their hand. I'm going to start this off on low because I just want to make sure it gets incorporated. Blended in, mixed in, whatever you want to call it, kneaded in. I'm used to small one. Yeah, I'm used to small one. Because if your ingredients are on the side, they're not being kneaded. They're on the side, they're not being kneaded. If your ingredients are on the side of the bowl, they're not being kneaded. I can't express that enough. Some people look at the side and don't think that those side scrapings are important. They are highly important, guys. Because if your like again, they're not being You see how my dough is changing? It's kneading. So that's the thing about being lefty. I'm used to things being lefty. Coming on the left side of my bowl. Being on the opposite side of my counter. And when your dough, it feels like it's a dry dough. Well, it is a dry dough, but that's not a bad thing. And what I'm gonna do with this, I don't need that. See, you know you got good dough when that dough hook comes off. That dough hook is clean. It was clean before, okay? Gonna put a little bit of flour on here. You just need a little, because you don't want to over flour your surface when, no matter what you're doing. See what I'm going to do? I'm just going to roll this out into a roll to put into my pan. I think it's a 6 by 9, 8.5 by 5. This is a 9. Yeah. I don't know why they call them 9, because they're really not 9. They're really like 8.5. Get my brush or my pan. Because, you know, you want to make sure your pans stay nice and ready to go when you wash them. Pans that you know you use a lot. Store them really nice and neatly, like in a tote. And tie them in a put them in a, you know, those gallon size. Well, I don't know if you all want to go through all that trouble. Like me, store them in like those 2.5 gallon bags or 3 gallon storage bags. Then put them in your cabinet. You can do that, or you can store them in totes. I love those 2.5 gallon bags, because when you store them like that, they're always ready to go. Once you wash your pans, you make sure you dry them completely. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put this here. Doesn't matter if I have a little room on the side, because this is going to be set aside to rise for about an hour and a half. Now, very important. You got to cover this with saran wrap. Now, make sure you, what's my oil? You got to cover this with saran wrap. So, brush the top with oil, because you don't want that wrap sticking to your dough. Make sure you oil that really good. When I say really good, I don't mean saturated like you get ready to fry chicken. No, not that. Don't be heavy-handed. You just want to make, because you want to make sure that it's oiled enough where this plastic wrap doesn't stick. Because you're going to put that down on that, like that. Because when it rises, it's going to puff that wrap up. It's going to, you know, don't press the wrap down on the dough. Something you want to do, you just basically doing this, because this is going to rise. And you want to put it somewhere warm. Preferably, I put mine in the microwave, because there's no draft in the microwave. And I'm going to leave this in there for 1.5 hours. So I'll see you guys back in about 1.5 hours, and we'll go from there. Meanwhile, you know, if you're looking at this in the morning, go have some breakfast. Looking at this in the evening, go chill out. But again, I'll see you guys. It'll be a blink for you, but for me, it'll be an hour and a half. All right. The rise is complete. I let it rise for 2 hours. It's going to go in the oven. The oven is already heated for 350. It's already preheated. So this is going to go in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes, and we shall return. Guys, look at this.
And he said you need to relax. So he went to make me.
It looks marvelous, doesn't it? Look at there. My own honey wheat bread. I think it's $6 for bread. And my loaf is bigger, because the loaf that I normally would buy be like that, because it's just a little tiny loaf. And they had stopped carrying that brand. And I really liked it again, but when I saw another brand, no. I don't think so. Everyone trying to save a dime. I know they got to make a few. I'm trying to save a couple of dimes and dollars too. There it is. So I'm gonna let this cool. I'm gonna get it onto this rack here and let it cool down so I can slice it. Now, this is called a bread knife. This is a bread knife. So I'm gonna make sure that I, yeah. Should be able to just turn this over. see if I can. Yeah, cool.
She's got a record, drunk and disorderly, destroying police property. 4 arrests for years minor compared to the 16 that the husband was arrested for assaulting her. Broken bones.
Oh, that looks wonderful.
Punctured lung, fractured eye socket, all pled down to a misdemeanor, or she recanted, or she refused to press charges. Plus, he violated his OOPs multiple times.
Yeah, but in this case, she's the one who initiated the contact.
Because she needed her cell phone charger. So she stabbed him to death.
With a kitchen knife and skipping from behind, she waited a half hour to fall from the back leg.
Oh wow, that it smells so good.
She was beaten and
Oh, I wish there was a such thing as a smell-a-phone.
for over 10 years.
It smells so good, so good. Throw these away.
She'll take it in one city that just...
I don't want to use those paper towels because these are pot holders, and you know they come in contact with things, so you don't want to use those paper towels.
And I'm sorry. But I have to assume
Turn my timer off. Turn this off. Let's see what I can get out of here.
for another time. So this is a violent felony. If the case is trial and he gets convicted of murder, he gets 15 years to life. Don't leave that deal on the table for long. Her public defender,
Remember what I said? Bread making is an early morning thing for me.
lawyer, is like a different way. Captain, nobody takes these DV cases. The women are either killed or they go to jail. Break your heart.
Look at this. Guys, I got to get a little bit of butter for this.
Go to the DA's office.
Carissa is gonna wait 24 hours before he finalizes that deal.
You gonna get her another lawyer? Is that on us?
Not really, but her public defender's in over her head.
I'm not gonna say murder's okay, but if anybody had it coming...
Look, I called Rita Calhoun, Bernard Ellis.
I can't believe it's not butter. Know my throat, so I have to take a teeny weeny, eat like a bird.
Hello.
Okay.
Everything comes to an end. I want to thank you for representing Delia.
How many lawyers call first?
3. You think you can get an acquittal?
Do my best.
I can't say.
With gasparesis, you got to blend everything in your mouth to a puree consistency. But guys, this is so good. I'm gonna this is really good. This is so I got things going on in the background. I had to make beverages for the family, for them. They're spoiled. Again, look at this bread. Really, really good. So I'm going to butter me another little piece. Oh, I turned the oven off, but didn't turn the timer off. I thought I did. Okay.
Movies are dreams that you never forget.
See, bread isn't that hard. Well, your first try or 2, maybe 3, you may mess up. You may not. You won't know until you try. This is an easy recipe. To me, it's easy. To me, it's easy. But thanks for stopping in and have a great day. Again, like and subscribe. And I thank you all for my supporters. And thank you for your views. I really appreciate your views. Again, Auntie Knows honey wheat bread. See my little air pocket in there? That came from my knife. Let me show you again. Does you not getting in? Look at that bread.
on the location and the angle of the victim's wound, is there any way?
It is so nice. Look how soft it is. Look at that.
In other words, sadly back.
Make your own doggone bread. Until next time, guys, for the next recipe at Auntie's Nose Kitchen. Have an awesome day.